So the quote, "The child is the father of the man," from William Wordsworth, is a very interesting quote. And often when people hear that quote, they think, okay, so the child is the father of the man. That probably means that what happens to us in our childhood often shapes our personality, our values, and so forth when we're older. So in some senses, our childhood is the thing that fathers us to become a man, or our childhood is the thing that parents us to become an adult. Now, there is another interpretation of the child as the father of the man, and that's the idea from a transactional analysis perspective that the father or parent is not something outside of you, something which is, I don't know, an older and possibly wiser force. But from the transactional analysis perspective, the parent is something inside of you and was created early in childhood. Good example of this is, often I've seen this, I'm sure many people have seen or can imagine this. So you see a child holding a little doll, and the child says, naughty dolly, smack little dolly, naughty dolly. And that kind of behavior is very much what I see as the parent. It means that at a certain age, when we're quite young, we put a little parent in our head that tells us what to do and not do. Now, this little parent has got kind of pros and cons. One of the pros would be that once we have a parent in our head, that parent can help us survive and navigate the difficult and complex world we live in. So as humans, we're told by our parents to look both ways before crossing, and that enables us to firstly hear the words, look both ways, and then that goes into our sort of system, into, if you like, our neurology, and it then just feels bad when we hit a road, so we have to look both ways, and then we feel relaxed, and then we can cross. Now that is obviously the thing that gives us an edge over other animals. Cats and dogs can't learn about roads from other cats and dogs, and obviously accidents happen to them in a way that they cannot navigate the complex world in the same way that we can. While that's a distinct advantage in many, many examples, there are also some problems that go with that as part of that sort of little child parent in our heads. Here is an example. I think it's a universal experience for children to be told by their parents, be a good boy, oblique girl, and do your homework. The little child hears this, be a good boy, oblique girl, do your homework, but sometimes we get confused, we get kind of misinterpret the message. And the little child could hear, if you don't work hard, you're a bad person. Now that different, possibly confused belief that the child takes on means that every time the child begins to relax or sit down, they feel guilty. They feel a sense of anxiety. Until they start working again, they feel relaxed. Now, they don't know that there's a little parent saying this to them because it's sort of, once again, kind of embedded inside them. And I think that that is the kind of key point about TA and psychology, is the child is the father of the man, means that we have a little child parent in our head that we think is wise, but actually sometimes the things it's saying to us is not that wise. And part of the whole journey of NLP and the course that we offer is to say, is there a way that we can kind of explore some of those less helpful beliefs? Because clearly it comes to an age where we all need to start relaxing and revitalizing ourselves, because if you can't relax and you can't re-energize yourself, then clearly that belief will ultimately lead to be very destructive. Thank you.